Well, I just finished building a walk-in beer cooler on the cheap using something called a Coolbot, which is a controller that allows you to use a normal air conditioner and to keep a room at anywhere from 35, perhaps even 34 degrees Fahrenheit, up to 42, etc., etc. In other words, to keep a room much colder than an air conditioner would normally do. And last summer, my dad and I built a storage barn, 14 by 24 foot storage barn, as we were emerging from the pandemic, the first part of the pandemic. It was a wonderful thing to do together. And so what I was able to do basically is take the back corner of the storage barn and use the structure to provide two walls. And you can sort of see back there is where the cooler is. And this is my iPad, and it's showing you the Coolbot web interface, which shows you this process that they call hysteresis, which is that the temperature varies between about 35 and 38 or 39 degrees Fahrenheit. As you can see right now, it's at 37. And then also, kind of interestingly, I'll show you a couple other things. This shows you a little bit more about the device. And then getting back to, I also have it set up on a plug, and that allows me to kind of keep track of how much energy it's using. So just, for your information. And I've only been running it today, and of course a couple previous days to make sure it all works, but I only turned it on a few hours ago. So let's, without further ado, go take a look at the actual storage, the cooler. You can see it's pretty simple, not fancy, but definitely quite functional. The walls have 4 inches of rigid insulation, and it took me a little bit less than a week to build. I was hoping 3 days, but it was a little bit more than that. And here she is, ready for some deer. Oh yes, here we have the actual air conditioner, and then you see the Coolbot Pro right there, which has a wireless connectivity. And then below that is an Inkbird controller for this little heater down here. And what that will allow me to do is, if it's ever below freezing, because it's so extremely well insulated, it will allow me to keep it from going below freezing. Basically, the Inkbird will just kick on the heater, and the heater and the air conditioner will, according to my plans, not be on at the same time, because the electric would have trouble handling that on 115 amp circuit. Up above, you have these rails where I can slide the gambrels that I could have. I suppose it's about a 4 foot by 6 foot space, a little bit less than that. So I think I could have a few deer in here at the same time. And this has been incredibly important, or will be incredibly important, because we were using a 35-year-old fridge that came with the house, which we bought back in 2001. And basically that fridge broke, and I then started thinking, should I buy another fridge, which has the disadvantage that it's incredibly cramped and has no real air circulation. Or should I build this thing for basically what would have been the price of a new fridge? An industrial quality like walk-in cooler, that would be several $1,000s, and this was really under $2,000 to build, partly because I had some of the structure. So that's the story, and I'm pretty pleased with it. And you can see this is the rest of the storage barn. All nice and utilitarian. Signing off.